Morning, guys, to the ones that have joined already. As usual, we're going to give it until probably three or 4 minutes past until everyone joins. Morning, everyone. Morning, guys. Okay, we're going to give it a couple more minutes, just let everyone else join. Okay, one more minute, and then we'll let everyone else join. Okay, perfect. We're going to start now. I think some people will probably join as we go along, like last time, but that's fine. Cool. So thank you guys so much for joining. This is our second webinar out of three. This one specifically on Widget. So the new widget that we brought out. So a bit more information on that, the key sort of features within the widget, so that we can show you guys and obviously benefit you guys going forward with your customers for any sort of questions that come into you guys really. So this is being recorded as well. So I think most of you joined last time, but for those that didn't, I'll send across the slides and the recording after as well, just so that you've got that. In the Teams here, you've got the Q&A section. So please feel free to ask as many questions as you want in there. Amira's on the call as well, my colleague, so we'll be collating the questions at the end and we'll get back to you guys, yeah, within the next day really, on those. So yeah, please feel free to ask as much as possible if you want to, or if not, you can feel free to just send over a support ticket to us, if you don't manage to get it in this one. Cool. So agenda for today, really. So yeah, introduction, really. So yeah, just second webinar of the free. So the first one, a few of you joined last week or a few weeks ago now. We've got a third one coming up on customer types, which we'll speak about in a bit more detail soon. More on sort of discounts for specific customers. So demoing as well. So we'll be demoing the back end and also the front end on the new widget. So sort of showing you guys really where the settings are, how to update them, so it then reflects on the widget. And then yeah, going into this will be quite sort of demo focused in comparison to the last one for those of you that joined. There's quite a lot to get through on the widget, so going into more single bookings, repeat bookings, custom slot length, which I'll touch on a bit more detail on shortly. And then yeah, just sharing the support articles where we can on this on the new widget. So how you can get to those, and yeah, also obviously the slides that we'll send. So those sort of useful resources as well. Yeah, again, just a bit about me then, really. So yeah, I've probably spoken to most of you beforehand, but yeah, just how long I've sort of been at the company, around 2 years. Started at the company in the operations team, so helping out with our book team clients where we manage all the bookings for the venues. So done that for around 6 months, and now in my seat as an account executive, managing the onboarding for all our new clients, all the client support. So any sort of questions that you guys have come through to us in our ticket pipeline, as well as yeah, sort of all important sort of feedback from you guys, so we can develop the product as best as possible, really, and then release features like this is sort of the main parts of my role. But yeah, I'm sure I've spoken to most of you anyway. So slide. This is our last customer success webinar coming up on the 3rd of April. So if you haven't already, feel free to scan the QR code here if you'd like to join. So this will be specifically more on discounts. So if you're at your venue, you give discounts to specific customers or clubs, then we're going to go into a bit more detail on this, how it sets up on both the back end of Bookteq and also the front end for customers. So if you do give a discount to them, then it will show you sort of where or how they can obtain that discount once you set it up for them. So yeah, I'll just give you a moment to scan that QR code if you want to. Again, this we're going to send the slides out after as well, so you can scan it from there as well if you want to. Okay, perfect. Cool. So introducing Widget V2. So this is sort of what we're going to go into really on the new widget in this webinar. So slight changes in comparison to the old widget. So we've got sort of the view of availability across a longer time period. So we've got the weekly view, which you may have seen already. So you can cancel weeks that don't require multi booking requests. So more in a bulk rather than your customer going in and individually cancelling them. So we'll show you that as well. Welcome to those who've joined as well, just there. Just to note, we're going to be sending across the slides after and the recording, so you can watch back on the first bits if you want to. Also, we'll be going into so clearer discounted prices at checkout, which we didn't have on the older widget. So you can see at that stage in the demo that I'll be doing after this, where that sort of sits and how your customers will see it. So we've also just had quite a greater number really of feedback in the last month since this widget has been released. So some really good feedback as well across quite a few different venues. Customers being able to prefer in the new widget, which is great. So yeah, really found that good, and just happy with sort of like the calendar layout, the weekly view, which we've mentioned about, and I'll obviously show you that in a bit more detail on the demo in just a moment. Um, So yeah, here just the widget, what we'll sort of be going into really on the demo. So you can see here we've got situations and scenarios. So single one-off bookings will show you how your customers can do that and how it looks. Repeat bookings, which we've slightly changed the wording of for those of you that have seen that. So it used to be block bookings. We've just slightly changed that to repeat bookings, just more of yeah, a customer centric wording really that we wanted to amend. And the various different payment options that we offer on repeat booking. So we'll show you that and how we can go into that in a bit more detail. And also custom length bookings, which is a new feature within the widget. Quite a big one that we've also had some good feedback on. So yeah, I'll go into that in more detail in just a moment. Cool. So I'm going to get into the demo now. As mentioned before, there's quite a lot to get through. So yeah, it's as mentioned, if there's any questions you have throughout this, feel free to ask them in the Q&A section. Then we'll get back to you on those within the next day. So I'm going to be doing this on my test account, just to let you guys know. So if I just skip over to that now. Cool. So this will be the first page that your customers will see. So it will show you the activities in the middle. So depending on how many you have at your venue. So in this case, we're going to go to football. Um, you'll see here this is quite new as well. So it will default. So for example, you've got your activity here that we've clicked on. Bear in mind, we've still got the netball and swimming that you can go into as a customer. So you can click into those at this point as instead of the first stage that we were just on. You've got that space in there. So football, we've got the space as the 3G AstroTurf. This will default straight away to all three facilities in here, to all of them, for example. So this is a newish sort of feature that we've changed so that your customers can see availability at all three facilities. In this case, though, I'm just going to untick the two here so that we just go for the 11-a-side 3G. So I'm going to just show you what it's like really to go in as a customer to make a single booking. So you can see here your calendar dependent on your settings, or if there's obviously bookings that are currently in your calendar, it will show as booked here, and you've got the available slots that you can click into as a customer, which will show up as blue here. And then you can see down here if this is outside your opening hours, it will be shown as closed here. So if we click into the 4 till 5 slot, it's going to come up and show the customer the price here and also the time and facility. They can book the slot. Here we'll just show you, similar information to the last widget, but amenities that you have at the venue, like changing rooms, toilets available, the surface that you've put in on the back end as well as a 3G for this example as well. I'm not going to go into the whole sort of checkout stage because I'm going to be doing that on the next step. But that is simply how it is, just to make a single one-off booking as a customer by viewing it on the widget there. So next up, I'm just going to go to repeat bookings. So in this case, we're going to go to netball. So if we select netball here, if we go to make a repeat booking here. So I'm going to choose the booking date here. We're going to go for the 14th of March. Let's go for 12 o'clock. Duration is just 1 hour we're going to go for here. Here then you've got if you want it to repeat just once a week as your standard, or as a customer you can go in, for example, and do sort of every 2 weeks. So you've got that option to go in and choose that. In this case, we're just going to go down as 1 week. And then here you can choose the last block booking date, last repeat booking date. So we're going to go to the last Friday in June. So this is the Thursday here, so we can then just change this one to Thursday, untick the Friday. But as a customer, you've got that option to then select multiple if you want. So if you wanted to go for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you can select those, and then you can review the booking here. So okay, so at this point here, so you can see that all of the bookings are all green, so you can see that these are all available. So you can go to open more bookings. This is going to show you all of the bookings on that block that you've chosen. At this stage as well, so I'm going to show you on a different tab on here if some bookings aren't available, so they're booked at your venue, or you're closed at the venue within those dates, then we've brought in this feature so that your customers can then cancel all available bookings in one hit. So they can select this, or they can then select the pencil icon here and amend these bookings if they wish. You may notice as well that these it's showing like a slight discount. So on the next stage, I'll show you what the reason for that. Um, so this is also a newish feature which we brought in. So it's an earlier stage of showing a discount for the customer. So we go to repeat bookings here. And then this is the next step in regards to the discount, which why it was showing. So you can see here it says your bookings are eligible for exemption from VAT. So if you have this on the back end, you've got this ticked or enabled, then it's going to show the customer here the reason for that. So yeah, depending if it's 10 or more weeks on at your venue that you want the VAT to be exempted, then it's going to show at this stage for the customer, and you can see that the sales tax is zero here. Again, you can show more available bookings at this stage as well. So if we go to continue to checkout, you just need to fill in these details. Perfect. And then at this top section here is going to show you the total discounts and total price. And then the last stage is the different sort of payment options that we offer. So you've got this, the full amount up front. So yeah, as a customer, if you wanted to pay the full amount, you can. Or you've got the different payment plan options that we offer here. So weekly installments, monthly or quarterly, depending on your settings on the back end. Yeah, whichever ones you want to offer at the venue. Let's say, for example, as a customer, you wanted to go into the paying monthly installments. If we select more payments here, it's going to show the customer all of the different payment dates that will be due. So this will be, for example, a payment up front. So today, so you can see 11th of March. It's split in the payments monthly throughout the bookings, and the rest are split, yeah, sort of each month and pre-booking. Next stage will just be simply putting the card details in from here, and then you've got your terms and conditions at the bottom, which will be uploaded to Bookteq from the back end that they can read and confirm and pay if they wish. Now I'm just going to show you from the back end a bit more info like on the settings that where you guys can set these. So down here we've got venue settings. So firstly, I'll just show you where the payment plans sit. So we've got down here in invoices and payments, payments tab here, and you can see that you can tick whichever payment plan options that you want at your venue. Basically, the pay the full amount up front will always be an option on the widget, but yeah, you've got the option to tick and untick from here and save changes. And in regards to the repeat booking settings, so if we go into here, So this will show you, these are all of your facilities at the venue. So if there's some facilities that you don't want your customers to be able to make repeat bookings, you can simply untick them here. Um, you've got the discounts at the top here. So uh, you can see the VAT exemption one is what we have ticked. So that was where it showed you before the checkout stage. So if that's applicable at your venue, then you can tick that, or you can customize a discount in here. Um, and you've got the repeat booking period. So in this case, at this venue, I've chosen to allow my customers to block book up until the end of the year. Otherwise, if it's shorter or longer, you can simply go in and amend the date in here. Or if you just wanted to put, for example, the 10 weeks, so you want it to be 10 weeks from now, then you can go in and amend that, and it's going to reflect on the widget after that. And then at the bottom here is just how soon you'd want your customers to be able to make a repeat booking. So in this case, I've got down as one day from now. But yeah, if you wanted to amend that to even longer, 10 days, for example, then you can simply amend it in here and then hit save changes at the bottom. Perfect. I'm going to go back to the widget here again. So on this one, I'm going to show you the weekly view. So if we go into football here, so you can see you've got the daily view here. So it's just going to you can see simply just showing you the date here that you can scroll along on the calendar, or you've got weekly view here. So this is going to show you obviously your customers the whole week. For example, in this case, at all three venues, all three facilities. So if we go into, I'll show you an example where we can go into a specific date. So in this case, we've got the 16th of March. So if we go into the 12 till 1 slot here, you can see because we've got all three facilities ticked on the widget, um, it's going to give your customer this option so they can go in, it's 12 till 3 on each facility. They can click one and then continue to check out from there. So it's going to give you all three options, which is an upgrade on the new widget which we brought in rather than going into each individual time for each facility basically. Perfect. I'm going to go into custom length bookings now. So another new feature that we've brought in. So in this one, I'm going to go to netball. So here you can see next to make a repeat booking, your customer's got the option to select the custom length booking. So if we click into this, they can choose the date. So if we go to the 24th of March, choose the time in here, the duration as well. So this one you can see that this, for example, this venue offers bookings on the half an hour. So you can see you've obviously got the different options that your customers can book. So rather than just going in and selecting just the 60 minutes as a single booking like we did at the beginning, you can go in and select a longer duration. So if we go to 120 minutes or 2 hours, then we can check availability there. And you can see that it's coming up as available. It's giving you the 2 hour slot. This is going to be taken from your default price scheme. So, for example, we know that I know that this venue, the hour slot is going to be 50 minutes. So it's simply just doubling it here automatically. So this basically gives you the opportunity for your customers to be able to book a longer duration for a single booking, dependent on your settings, which I'm going to show you just in a moment. So if we go back to the back end then, so on to Bookteq. So down here in your venue settings, so if we go to repeat booking settings, so at the very bottom of here, you've got do you want to accept custom length slot bookings? So if we have this as ticked, it's going to then show on your widget, just like I've shown you. You've got the option to then offer the minimum slot length. So at your venue, if it's standard like an hour, um, then it's going to be that, or you can amend it. And then you've got your maximum slot length. So yeah, if you wanted to offer for this is specifically for single bookings, if you wanted to offer up to 3 hours or longer, then you can go in and edit this maximum slot length option. And then as shown before, so the every bookings was every 30 minutes on the hour. So this is where your booking duration steps is needs to be filled in basically. Um, so yeah, as mentioned, if there are questions on that or any of that on the demo, just feel free to send across a question in the Q&A or obviously after as well. Um, Perfect. Cool. So, yeah, I mentioned about the useful resources here. So, a couple of different articles that we have on our support center. So, you've got introducing our new Bookteq booking calendar. Sorry. So, if we click into this one, it's going to show you a lot of information about our new widget. So we've got a small tutorial with videos in here, and it's basically got the step by steps of how to sort of make a booking on here as well. So a lot of info that we've sort of gone into here that you guys can feel free to have a read after if you want to. You may have already seen it already. Um, and then we've got a bit more information on the custom slot lengths booking. So you can see here again, you've got screenshots, how you can make those changes in the back end on the settings, like we showed you just a moment ago. Um, and then a bit more about the sort of booking duration steps as well. Important to note just on that as well that in your actual settings for your for single bookings, so these will be completely separate to your custom length slot. So um, yeah, if you're on the calendar and you're making just a single booking, it's going to still show up with the hour slots if that's what you have on the calendar. But yeah, completely separate going into your custom slot lengths, where you can extend it if you want to offer longer for each single booking that your customers make, basically. And then again here, so just on Bookteq. So if you haven't already, you've got our support articles where you can select the question mark in the top right hand corner. Here's where you can find the articles in here. So these are exactly how they're named in the support hub. So you can just simply type them in and you'll find them from here. Yeah, and just as well as any other sort of articles that you're looking for, any other topic, then you can go in and search from there as well. Perfect. Yeah, I think yeah, that's everything from our end. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining again. Yeah, as mentioned, if there are questions, I can't see in Teams, but if there are, then we'll get back to you within a day for those. But yeah, as mentioned, feel free to send any across to support@bookteq.com if you think of any after or anything like that, and then we'll get back to you. And yeah, I'll send across those the slides and also the recording. And yeah, hopefully that's somewhat beneficial. And yeah, hopefully we see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys.